You had a list of 10 goals you set out to achieve for this year. But it's November and it seems like as if none of them are forthcoming. Or it seems like as if you haven't achieved any of them. Do you want to know the main reason why it seems like as if you can never achieve your goals? It's because goals are actually overrated. But what if I told you that there's a way to get anything and everything you actually want from life without actually putting much focus on setting goals like most gurus would advise you to? Think about it. Why do so many people set goals and they fall short? They have this list of so massive goals they set out to achieve in their life, but at the end of the day, they don't really achieve them. You see, the main reason is because they focus on the wrong thing. The truth is that goals are very good to give you direction, but at the end of the day, they don't actually get the job done. Systems do. In this video, we'll look at the main reason why certain systems would help you achieve your goals better than focusing on goals itself. Sounds kind of confusing, but definitely along the way you're going to understand why I said that. Why are goals actually not enough? You see, let's actually think about it. Every single time you have set out goals, pick 10 times you have actually set out goals. I can bet you only 2 to 3 times have you actually been able to achieve those goals, except you are very, very highly motivated, or except directly or indirectly you have leveraged the act of building systems instead of focusing on those goals. I mean, so many times I've had this goal of probably losing 10 kg or probably making your first millionaire in the next 6 months, 3 months, or 1 year, but you don't really hit them. You see, goals or goal setting creates this outburst of motivation. At first, you are excited, you're like, wow, I'm going to hit this particular goal. But at the end of the day, motivation cannot sustain you. Motivation will not sustain you to actually get those goals. The only thing that's going to sustain you is discipline. And discipline comes from actually having the right systems on ground. For example, let's say you want to lose 10 kg of weight. Instead of prioritizing this goal of losing 10 kg in 3 months, you could say exercise, rest, and eat healthy for the next 60 days. How does system actually work? A system is a set of repeatable actions you do consistently over time to attain a particular result. I feel James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, says this best. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Imagine you are a writer. Instead of saying write a book or publish a book, it could be write 500 words every morning. And you see, at the end of the day, you would find out that the book would write itself, not literally. But if you focus on the systems, at the end of the day, you're going to hit the goal. Because writing 500 words daily might not look big like most people would want it to look like. But over time, consistently, you start realizing that you're almost done writing the book itself. Here are some actionable tips to build your own perfect system that works for you. Start small. The main reason why you haven't seen big changes in your life, or the main reason why you haven't hit big accomplishments, is because big things don't happen in little time. Small things happen which lead to the big things. Focus on one habit you can repeat every single day. Let's say you have a target amount you want to hit. Instead of having these big amounts in your head to achieve in the next 6 months, you could say save this particular amount every single week for the next 6 months. Track your progress. I mean, if you can't track it, you can't measure the growth. And it doesn't really have to be complex. It could be handwritten. It could be the notepad on your phone or the notepad on your system or your laptop. It could be a Notion template. It could literally be anything, a journal, sticky notes even. The main goal is that you are tracking your habits. Adjust as you go. It's not meant to be perfect. It's not meant to look very simple and sweet all the time. At some point in time, you'd realize that you can't really keep up. You'd realize that it's becoming overwhelming. So let's say you have this target of daily exercising. Instead of focusing on, let's say 2-3 hours, you could reduce it to 30 minutes or 1 hour even, just to make sure that you stick to doing it every single day. Let's take, for instance, David, who is a 28-year-old aspiring entrepreneur. Now, he has this idea to build a very, very perfect and complete online business store where he gets recurring revenue every single month. Now, the ideal thing that David would do, which you might actually do, would be to take out his notes and write, hit my first blah, blah, blah in the next blah, blah, blah month. And at the end of month 1, David spends countless hours planning. He's still trying to get in the mood before he actually hits his goals. Because he feels like just thinking about the goals alone looks so big. And his mind is actually deceiving him, thinking that he's actually doing the work. But he's not really doing the work. Month 2, he starts feeling overwhelmed, like the goal is becoming so big in his mind and there's no really any clear paths to move. By month 3, he gives up, like most of you do, like you do. Now, here's what happens when David shifts from a goal-oriented mindset to a system-oriented mindset. Instead of focusing on using his first $10,000 in the first 6 months, it could be that I would dedicate 1 hour of my time every single day in learning marketing principles, in learning how to create products and services that serves my ideal client, in learning how to run campaigns, and in learning how to satisfy my ideal customers and clients. Now he does this and he actually tracks his progress, probably using a spreadsheet or any other progress tracker. At the end of the 6 months, David will not only hit that goal, but it would have been so good that he has built a actionable system or a framework that he can use to also scale over time. Not like most people hit a particular goal and they become relaxed. But no, David has this clear system which would keep him propelled to take action even the more and help him scale his business. Now, what's the key here? David didn't just rely on wishful thinking by having this big goal. He actually relied on actionable based principles and he relied on something that is trackable and scalable. Goals are good for giving direction, but systems are what actually help you get to the finish line. Instead of focusing on where you want to be, focus on what you can do every single day that would get you to where you want to be. If you found this helpful, if you actually enjoyed this video, then do well to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Can't wait to see you crushing your goals.